Environments where people don't know the true value of you. If you stay in environments where people don't recognize the value of you, you will shrink your gift to the size of what they can stand. And that's what causes anxiety and depression and stress, because you have had to shrink.
This man is speaking an absolute fact and absolute truth. Do not hang around people or stay in environment, friendship, relationship that you have to shrink for people to accept you or tolerate you. That's why there are some seasons and times in our lives we have to let some people go. You have to cut the umbilical cord. You have to let some friends go, even some so-called family. If we are honest, some families are more enemies than friends. And you say, well, family like these, who even needs enemies? Because some family, the Bible said, your enemies are the members of your household, your friends, your bloodline, those who know you, who's supposed to support you, encourage you, are the ones who are behind, your back, talking nonsense. But back to the message before I digress. Do not stay in an environment where people think you have to dim your light or lower your standards or don't even walk in your gift because somebody will feel offended. What will people think? And you will hurt this person's feeling, you will hurt this other person's feelings, and what will they think? And when you find yourself always focusing, what will people think? And what if they see me like this? And what if? And what will people think? The man is right. Those can lead to anxiety, depression, drinking, smoking, gossiping. All of those things can manifest itself in many different ways. For some people, it will be smoking. For some people, it could be drinking. Some people, they just want to always have noise and entertainment around them to drown them from what's really paining them or aching them on the inside. Surround yourself with people who will encourage you, who can challenge you, who can correct you in love and respect, who can rebuke you, can challenge you, can rebuke you, can call you to come up higher. Not people who are going to think that once you show your true self, the true self that God has created you to be, you walking in your true light of God, with all the gifting manifesting at its fullest, and yet they are uncomfortable, whether they are blood or not. You don't have to be around them. You can separate yourself, bless them and pray for them and leave them alone, because they will cause you to shrink to the point that when you die and stand before God, your gift will be stay inside of you, untapped, undiscovered, unwrapped, unused.
To a form where people can tolerate you. I refuse to be small because you think small. I'm not shrinking my vision because you can't catch up. You either better roll with me or you gonna get rolled over.
That's right.
You cannot stay in environments where people don't know the true value of you. Yep. If you stay in environments where people don't recognize the value of you, you will shrink your gift to the size of what they can stand.
And that amen. Do not stay in an environment where people cannot accept or appreciate the value that is within you. That means the gift, the calling, the purpose, the talents that God placed within inside of you. If you hang around those friends, stay around those family members because you don't want to hurt this person feeling. What would this person say? What would people think? And what if this? And what if would have, could have, should have? You're going to end up shrinking to the vision, the small-mindedness, the small-minded vision, limited thinking that they have of themselves and of you. They will place it upon you and you'll live up to it. That's why I separate and cut myself off from some people. I cut some people off out of my life. Some of them family, some of them ain't. But cutting them off doesn't mean I'm angry. It doesn't mean there's grudge. It doesn't mean there's malice. It doesn't mean there's bitterness. It doesn't mean there's jealousy. I cut people off because of exactly what this man said. They cannot handle the gift and the light in you. You yourself can't even see it. The demons that are in there that makes them hate you sees that light. That's why you cannot stand you. So you have to dim your light, or you have to shrink to the size that they can accept, which is wrong. You are cheating yourself, you are cheating God, and you are cheating the people that are supposed to benefit from the gifts that's within you.
And that's what causes anxiety and depression and stress, because you have had to shrink into a form where people can tolerate you. I refuse to.
Here, it causes anxiety, depression, and stress. And we know stress can manifest in many different ways. Somebody stressed, they can drink. Somebody stressed, they can overeat. Somebody stressed, they can smoke. Somebody stressed, they go shopping. Shopping, they call it shopaholic. Somebody stressed, they can work. Some people even become a workaholic. People stress and anxiety and depression, those things manifest itself in multiple different forms. There's no right or wrong. It's how you manifest it, period. So you can look at somebody drinking and say, they're alcoholic. But meanwhile, you're smoking, or meanwhile, you're overeating, or meanwhile, you're a gossip queen, meanwhile, you're a workaholic, or meanwhile, you're a shopaholic. But because somebody else is drinking, you think, no, that's just a manifestation of something greater that is lacking within their heart, in their soul, in their spirit. Just like yours is manifesting in multiple. Some people can, even promiscuity is another way of manifesting insecurity, stress, anxiety, all those inadequacy. That's another form of it manifesting in multiple different ways. But we're quick to judge one person and say, that person is an alcoholic, so he's really bad. But you are overeating, the spirit of gluttony is overtaking your life. Or you are a gossip queen, or you are a shopaholic, or you are a workaholic, or you can smoke. But somebody else is pointing their flaws, but you forget to see your own.
Be small because you think small. I'm not shrinking my vision because you can't catch up. You either better roll with me or you gonna get rolled over.
Hello, somebody. You better roll with me or roll on up out of her.
Cannot stay in environments where people don't know the true value of you. If you stay...
This is so true, because if you think about Jesus Christ, he did most of his preachings and his miracles. It was not around familiar environment. It wasn't around with his friends and his family members. He performed some of his greatest miracles outside. That's what they say. Can anything good come out of Nazareth? Isn't that Mary's son? Isn't that Joseph's son, the carpenter? Who is he? His name had to spread, his fame and fortune, his name spread abroad from the lips of strangers, not from his own family men and kingship. But sometimes you guys want to make your name to spread from within your family. No, if you have the wrong family, the only name they're going to spread for you is gossip and lies. I repeat, if you come from the wrong kind of family, or should I say the right family, because Joseph also came from the right family, or was it the wrong family? No, he came from the right family. So if you come from the right family, the only spreading of your name they're going to do is through lies and gossiping, and they think they're doing you a favor. Well, actually they are, because those very same lips that are being used to spread gossip, God will use those very same lips to spread and to boast and brag about what he's doing in you, with you, through you, and for you. Now back to the message.
In environments where people don't recognize the value of you, you will shrink your gift to the size of what they can stand. And that's what causes anxiety.
Thank you, sir. So please, live up to the fullest potential that God has placed inside of you. He said we are treasures in earthen vessels. He said he placed gifts within inside of us. We are a walking treasure chests. Great gifts and talents are laying dormant inside many of us. Some of us are afraid to discover our gift or to walk in the fullness because they are afraid. What would this person say? What would this person think? What would they say? What would people say? What would people think? And what if this? And what if that? All the what if and what would is what causes anxiety, stress, depression, gossiping, anger, bitterness, all those little foxes. See, all those little foxes. It's sometimes because you're not living up to the fullest potential that God has placed inside of you before the foundation of this earth, and you are shrinking, or you're allowing your light to be dim because you don't want to offend somebody else, and that somebody else even be your spouse, somebody even married to the enemies or sleeping with the enemy, if you know what I'm saying.
And depression and stress because you have had to shrink into a form where people can tolerate you. I refuse to be small because you think small. I'm not shrinking my vision because you can't catch up. You either better roll with me or you gonna get rolled over.
That's right.
You cannot stay in environments where people don't know the true value of you. If you stay in environments where people don't recognize the value of you, you will shrink your gift to the size of what they can stand.
Yep.
And that's what...
And you wonder why some people can't stand you. I used to wonder why some people couldn't stand me. I used to be asking God, what is my problem? What did I do? Who did I offend? Yeah. Well, this is the answer. Once your heart always remain pure towards people, no matter what they do, keep a pure heart. I always tell people, keep a pure heart, pure motive, pure desire, pure intentions towards God and all men. Once your heart is pure and you cut people off because of this very message, if you listen to the message again, just have a pure heart. Don't cut off because you're malice and angry. No, leave them. Because not because all of you started the race together as Christians, that means you end up together. No, all of you have different calling and different purpose. You may be 10 years ahead of all your peers. Even though you started together, you may be 10 years ahead. Spiritually, in spiritual maturity and spiritual growth, you may be 10 years ahead, but you all started together. And they are 2 years ahead from where you started. You are wait 10 years. So there's 8 years difference in spiritual maturity growth between you and them. But you still want to hang with them because you want to please them. You don't want to hurt their feelings. Some of them even started off as your pastor or your Bible teacher or your apostle and bishop, but they are still stuck at 2 or 3 years old in spiritual maturity. You are 10 years ahead. So you see that when you continue to hang on and hold on to people when it's time to let go, all those things will cause friction, stress, anxiety, depression. What if? What will people think? You see there? Self-doubt, insecurity, all those things begin to add up. Please, we're going to just release people and let them go. It's okay. It's okay to let people go as long as you are letting them go with pure heart and pure motive, no malice, no anger. Release people. And in your private time, when you think about them, make sure you only think about them in positive light and all the goodness they have added to your life. Think about that and bless God on their behalf for that. Don't get angry. Don't let the enemy use that separation to poison your mind against them. No, when you separate, let it be separate on peace. They may be upset and angry. It's okay. That one is between them and God. As long as you're not upset and you're not angry, you bless them. Every time you think about the goodness they added to your life, bless them for it. While they're still angry and spreading your names, leave them. When you even hear this prayer about you, pray. Father, bless them. They don't know what they're doing. Help them to find themselves. Help them to find you. Help them to find love. Matter of fact, I release the spirit of God's love to overtake and overwhelm them. I invite and release the love of God, the life of God, the light of God to begin to transform their hearts, their mind, their body, their souls, and their spirit, and make them a new creation, a new creature. Let them become a walking manifestation of the love of God, the life of God, and the light of God made bodily. These are the prayers I pray for myself, my friends, my family, and the so-called enemies. That's the prayer I pray. Thank you.
Causes anxiety and depression and stress because you have had to shrink into a form where people can tolerate you. I refuse to be small because you think small. I'm not shrinking my vision because you can't catch up. You either better roll with me or you gonna get rolled over.
Amen.
You